Just wanted to get the names on the screen straight. Patrick Dunn for Village Admin. Is that the utility? I'm going to ask you to unmute. Doesn't look like I can do it from my end.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Village
thanks.
administrator.
Great, thanks. Getting a little feedback here. I think it might be them. Well, I'm not sure who.
It could be me, only
Okay.
because I have my camera. I'm 8 days on the job, so my camera wasn't working, and IT is trying to fix it. So
Oh no.
um, I have my phone and my
Ah,
laptop on. So I don't know if is it
yeah.
possible I could just go onto my laptop without video?
It's better. I don't hear the echo anymore. Looks like you have the iPhone. It looks like that's muted, so I don't think it's you.
Okay.
So I think yeah, let's stick to what you got here. I think it's working on your end. Someone was trying to join us though, Eric Peterson, I think it was, and they can't seem to get through.
It switched over
Oh,
to my the desktop app instead of the web browser, so
oh, okay,
no
I
worries.
see. All right, gotcha. Great. Okay, so anyone else with the utility besides Patrick and the consultants? And I named our staff wrong. Sorry about that, Chris. So just you two. Okay. Great. So I'm gonna mute Martha for now, and we'll get started. It's like for some reason my live stream's going. All right, great. Oh yeah, I forgot to put up our notice. So let me just share that on the screen so people know they're in the right place. Here we go. Oh, great. So let's get started. This is Docket 940 WR107, the application to the Village of Campbellsport for authority to adjust water rates. And my name is Mike Newmark, the Administrative Law Judge for the PSC. And we're here today to create the record in the case. That'll be the documents we identify under oath and verify those under oath. They'll be exhibits to the case. We're also receiving live comments from the utility, commission staff, and members of the public that join us before we adjourn. We also have written comments. That opportunity to file a written comment can be affected by filing that comment on our internet website, which didn't mean to click that, sorry. And the link you just saw there, that'll get you to the internet comment page, or those comments can be mailed to us by US mail at the address on the notice. We're also live streaming the hearing, and that live stream will become a recording, and that can be viewed on our YouTube channel for hearings. So you can see the link there on the screen share. So you can review the recording of the hearing afterwards. So the record, the entire record, that's the documentation, the information by which the commission can base its decision in this case, and the commission can approve, deny, or approve with modifications the application. The decision maker in this case is Andy Galvin, the administrator for the Division of Water Utility Regulation and Analysis. So I'll give the record to Andy, and Andy will review it and make a decision. Once that decision is made, a written order will be issued. It'll be emailed to the utility and posted on the commission's website. And people can see it by using the link here under the Documents and Schedule section of the Notice of Hearing. That'll get you to our case management system, which will show you where the documents are. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the utility first, get their documents checked in, give them a chance to comment, do the same for commission staff, and then for the people in attendance that are neither utility personnel or consultants or the commission staff, we'll give people an opportunity to comment, and your opinion on the case will be part of the record that the decision maker will review before the decision's issued. So So you'll see how we do this with the utility and commission staff witnesses, but we'll basically just call your name, swear you in, have you state your name for the record, and then give us your opinion. That's pretty much as simple as that. So, but first of all, we'll do the utility and commission staff. So I'm going to show the email here that I received from Eric Lindgren of commission staff that identifies the documents filed in the case that we will receive for the record. So for the utility, we have 8 altogether. First one being the customer notice. So let's start off with that document. We'll move on from there. Who from the utility can verify the customer notice document?
I can verify that.
All right. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand.
That it was sent.
I'm going to swear you in first. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. They may be a little lag here, but we'll have to be aware of that. So just state your name for us, please.
My name is Patrick Dunn. I'm the village administrator at the village of Campbellsport.
All right, thanks. And can you see the screen share?
Yes,
All right. So for the document we have listed as customer notice, are you familiar with that?
I am.
I'm just going to bring that up here. So is that document complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, this was the document that was sent out to the local paper and posted at 3 different locations.
Okay, great. Yeah, and it does say that there. Yep, excellent. Okay, great. So we'll put that in the record. And in terms of the other documents, do you want to verify those, or should we pass that on to your consultant in the case?
That would be our consultant, Ellers, Brian Raymer.
So before I let you go, don't go anywhere, but before I take Brian up here, do you have any comments you'd like to give?
I do not.
All right, so we'll move on to the remaining documents. So I see Brian's on screen there. So swear you in, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, name and title, please.
Brian Raymer, Senior Municipal Advisor for Ellers, serving as the utilities rate consultant in this rate case.
All right, great. And you can see the screen share?
I can.
So for those documents we've labeled now 2 through 8, are you familiar with those?
I am.
And are they complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
They are.
Any comments?
No comments at this time.
All right. So the commission staff revenue requirement exhibit, Chris Beauchart will take you first. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Are you familiar with the revenue requirement exhibit?
Yes, I am.
Is it complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, dear.
All right. Any comments?
I'm gonna make one comment. In the commission tab, revenue requirement letter, the commission tab asked the applicant to make adjustment in the amended 2020-24 PSDN report. I confirm the applicant made an adjustment in the amended 2020-2024 PSDN report.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Cost service study and rate design exhibit, Eric Lindgren. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
And can you confirm that the cost service study and rate design exhibit is complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Any comments?
Not at this time.
All right. Okay, so now it's an opportunity for the public to comment if you wish to do so. So I do have a list of people that are participants, and you can see that if you go on your Zoom window, you'll see an icon for participants. If you open that up, you'll see the list that I see, I think, in the order that I have it. So I'm going to just go down the list, and I'll ask people if they wish to comment. Just need to unmute, turn on your camera, and we'll do the same thing with you guys, just swearing in, getting your name, and then you can give us your comment. So first we have Donna Gronert, Gronert. So Donna, did you want to comment for us? So just unmute if you want to comment. Okay, I didn't hear an answer. So I'm going to put a no answer next to your name here. How about done? I see your...
That's my computer. So
Oh, right. Okay, got it. So you did have, okay, you have, yeah, more than one.
I
Okay.
did. This was just a backup just in case. So
No worries. It's working. You're working good, so we're good. Oh yeah, that's your name too, so I should have known. Eric Peterson, did you want to comment?
I think so.
All right, well, let's
Let's
go.
do it anyway in case I do or don't. Yeah.
Let me get you on the screen here for everybody. And
Huh?
He might ask our questions.
Okay.
so now we're getting a couple of. Just try it one more time, Eric. They had a little echo there, but I wasn't sure where that was coming from.
Oh, sure. It looks like Donna went on mute.
Okay, it was Donna. All right. Oh, I see. We missed her. All right, we'll take you first, Eric, and then let me swear you in first. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
And give us your name and comment.
I'm Eric Peterson, and I'm a village resident. And I don't know if it's a comment or when the best time to address this would be, and I don't want to delay or get in the way.
No, you're good. We want to hear what you think.
My only thought or concern was that I couldn't tell from the original documentation if it seemed as though it didn't take into account residential or business growth as part of what might make up some of that revenue gap. And now that we have more apartment complexes built, multifamily homes built, and subdivisions that are fairly filled up, probably since November of 24, I just wanted to be sure that we had that accounted for, that perhaps the current residents who are on utility aren't having to overpay to get that buffer that's desired.
Okay. Yeah, that's a very specific and fair question for us. So I think if the utility wants to comment first on that, if in terms of projected sales, has that been accounted for in the case here, or is it even part of the test year? I guess I can't.
Yeah, I can comment on that, Judge Newmark.
Mhm.
Do you need me to swear in again or?
No. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Eric, to all the customers here at the hearing, the PSC operates a rate adjustment based off of what they call a test year. So based off of the time that you file, you can only account for the current, customers at that time. We filed for what's called a test year 2025 rate case, and therefore it could only accommodate, any actual customers through year end 25. I'm looking at the application now to see what additional, I don't believe we had any additional items there because the couple of multifamily units and things like that that are going in are going to be 2026 and later. When we did look at a long range cash flow analysis that we provided to the village board, I believe in December of 24, revisited with them in April or May. I don't have that exactly in front of me. And then again in July before filing the application. The PSC math grew faster than the new customer revenues did. So the total impact would have been actually higher weighting. So that's why we decided to go when we did in July for a test year 2025 is the overall magnitude of the one-time adjustment, which again, we're kind of limited. We can only pull so many levers with the Public Service Commission. We decided, or I should say, the board decided at that time to do the smallest adjustment possible, and that was filing a 2025 rate case. So that did not include any of the new builds that would happen in 2026 and beyond. But again, as explained, kind of due to the limitations on how the PSC conducts its rate cases. Hopefully that answers your question. Thank you.
May I ask a follow-up or
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
and it's I guess my question would just be, so that one time was the smallest impact, which is helpful for the village residents. But as I saw it was a long-term plan going up through 2034, at which case it would culminate in the crescendo of what the budget would have to be to sustain the updates that need to be done. Would these extra homes and residents and apartments affect that scale at some point? Like if it looks like we're pulling in more revenue than we anticipated, would that then bring that percentage down on the overall increase for each resident?
Yes, it would. We showed them for the cash flow purpose, as if there were no new growth, and then there was another scenario with the new growth, and the difference would make the, with growth scenario, uh, reduce kind of the 10-year plan through 2034 as depicted. I think the only element as presented to the board at that time that I was a little hesitant on is, right, the cost to serve new development. It's my understanding that there's limited infrastructure needs, but certainly you could understand that there might be additional operating expenditure needs, whether that's pumping expenses, chemicals, et cetera, when you add new users. And, at that time, they didn't have a good way to quantify that either. So we just kind of showed the no new growth scenario. But when I presented it, I did say if, the new revenues outpace the new cost to serve the new development, it would reduce the impact there to the, future revenue adjustments shown. So.
And how often is that, I guess, is that reviewed on the regular then to make sure that they're in step with each other? Or is it like every 2 or 3 years we review this again, or 5 years, or is it continual as that shifts?
Yep. So we obviously recommend an annual review and update of that cash flow is, most prudent, right? You can have new information with, recent financials that are released, as well as, did these developments happen? What are the new operating costs? It's a board decision, though, and I'm the consultant here. Board decision as to how often they update that. We do strongly recommend, if there are, significant changes to the system, be it capital improvements that weren't included in that plan, new customers or lost customers, that would trigger, kind of a need to do it, absolutely. But we do recommend that they update that annually. Whether or not they do that, I can't make that decision.
I can kind of chime in there, Eric, for you as well too. So obviously, I'm going to relay that information to the board as well too. So I'm on day 8 right now of the new administration, so I'm just kind of walking into this process.
Welcome, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I had some interesting phone calls today. Obviously, concerned residents. So we just want to clarify a lot of the information because it can be confusing, right? And I put together some paperwork for residents, even after this meeting, if they did have questions. So
I think that's the biggest key for the people of the village is this continual correspondence. And I know we have the app and we have the website and we have the reader board and we have business locations, but it's like if we could blast all these things out a little, and I think one of your things was clarity to the village, Patrick. So I'm not saying that you're not doing that. I'm just, as we go forward, particularly with this topic, which is a hot button in our village and has been for a number of years. I think it would be the more we can get that out to residents in multiple ways, the better.
And clarity and transparency, that's going to be number one. So we're gonna get this out to the community and let everybody know the details of that. So
perfect.
All right. Well, it sounds good. Appreciate everyone having this conversation. I think it's very productive. So we took Eric's comment, and I think we had someone who, Donna, we said, I didn't hear you before, but I think you may have a comment. So why don't you unmute, get your camera on, and we can take you now.
Okay, and how do you do the video?
Okay, let me send you, let's see if it's working. I can send you a little pop-up that tells you, gives you a button to push.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I see you there. Great.
All right.
All right, so now there's a little bit of echo on your phone. I don't know. Well, we'll just do what we have here. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand, and do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, well, go ahead with your comment, please.
Okay, I'm just here as a resident, and I wanted to know that my husband and I are retired. We moved here thinking, out in the country it should be less expensive. And we have been shocked by the prices of the water, or the price of the water, since we moved here, and now they're talking about raising it again. And from what I understand, if you look at all the different communities in Wisconsin, that we are rated 16th as far as the cost of water. And I have no idea why. What are our taxes going for?
Okay. Well, thanks for your comment. I mean, one thing I can say is that taxes and utility rates are kept separate. So the utility is a standalone entity with its own costs and revenue stream that is recovered. Those costs are recovered in the rates. Municipal taxes should not be contributing to utility service and vice versa. So I know that there's a lot of costs for residents in both of those buckets, but they're not connected. So I just want to let people.
And for the of us, I mean, we're paying like $500 every quarter for water, and that to us seems ridiculously high.
Okay. Well, thanks for your comment. I appreciate you attending.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. And okay. So Martha, I'm sorry, iPhone. Whoever has an iPhone without a screen name, we can take you now if you'd like to make a comment. Just iPhone is all I see here. Okay. So we'll put a no answer for you. And how about Martha Kriske? Kriske. It's got to slow down. Martha, would you like to comment? Okay.
Mute? Yes. Yes, I
Oh,
would.
there you go. All right, great. So,
Figured it out.
excellent. So, can you get your screen on? I'm going to send you that message. No, screen's not working. All right, well, I can take you on audio only if that's the case. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. State your name and give us your comment.
Martha Kriske. I'm also a resident in Campbellsport. I moved here a year and a half ago, and I also am pretty shocked at the prices here. Just a couple things. When I retired here too, my Social Security went up $32 a month. Woohoo! But my property tax increased 20%. And now the water bill is going to increase more than it is. But I did do a little bit of research. I am one retired person that uses water very sparingly. Just to give you an idea, if you don't know, I every quarter mine is around $300. A two-person income or a two-person household is anywhere from $500 to $600. 3 to 4 person household is $700 to $900. This is every quarter, none of which you can deduct on your taxes. So it has become where I thought it was my dream retirement home. It has become a nightmare. And I am requesting explanation as to why we are in the top 1% of the state. And another 7% increase or 6.7% increase absolutely will kill the retired person. It may not sound like a lot to everyone that's still working, but retirement income is much less than working income, at least in my world. So, and then I also wanted to reiterate, we always have to go and search for these things. And when online, and yeah, I did finally find it posted online, but I think something this important in such a subject that is such a sore subject for the village residents, it needs to be mailed. And I think village meetings should be just one mailing a year. This is the village meeting date and time. I mean, I know, but I was a new resident here and I had to go seek everything out. So I think the communication could be better, but I don't think anyone is going to move to Campbellsport as far as residences. You're going to end up having all businesses and not people because we can't afford it here. It's really become a struggle. And I've only been here a year and a half. I was in Milwaukee County and I was shocked. So between property tax plus water bill, I'm not saving a cent. And my house is worth $100,000 less here. So shell shock.
Mhm.
Thank you for listening.
All right. Well, thanks for your comment. Appreciate it.
I mean, did you have any idea that our water bills were that high?
Me personally, no.
Yeah. How about the administrator? Did you have any idea they were that high?
Again, I'm on day 8, so I'm
Oh,
thrown into the mix. But obviously, I will relay that all to the village board, right? And so we'll do our best moving forward. Obviously, with the last time that the rate was raised, I believe 2017. So there's been quite a gap of the water not being raised. I think possibly it could have been raised a lot quicker, so you weren't seeing such a dramatic raise now. But moving forward, obviously there's grant opportunities for us to assist with road construction and utilities and that kind of thing. So obviously we're going to look into as much as we possibly can, Martha.
that was my next question is how aggressively are we pursuing state help, grants, etc.? I'd be happy to partake in that.
Hmm. Yeah, well, I think definitely connect up with Patrick and if you have any experience in that, that would be
A little
beneficial
bit,
for everybody. Okay.
but
Great.
I think that's probably the best solution
Mhm.
for everyone because you guys need to pay your bills and we can't afford to pay them.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Martha.
Hmm.
Okay, so I see Eric, you got your hand up. I'm going to just get down to the rest of the people who haven't had a chance yet, but I think it's just Steve Newton. Am I pronouncing that right? I see your
Hard K, Canute, but that's okay.
Canute. Oh, it is a Canute. No, well, sorry about that. I took a chance. All right, I got you there. Let me swear you in. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, just state your name and give us your comment.
I'm Steve Canute. I also am a resident of Campbellsport in the village. I sort of parallel with Mr. Peterson. He had my concerns about how timely the data is that's being used for these decisions are and stuff. But you sort of answered that. It sounds like it's more timely than I realized. So I don't have a big gripe there. But I also want to echo the thoughts of Donna Gronert and Martha Kriske. 6% a year after 12 years, I think it is. That's a double the bill. And 12 years just sounds like a long time, but it isn't. That I'll tell you. So that seems unsustainable if we're going to keep going like this. So that's just a general philosophical statement. It's tough because it sounds like I'm on the cheaper or lower end. I shouldn't say cheaper, but the lower end of the spectrum. My wife and I spend our last bill was $360 for 3 months. To give a comparison, 8 years ago, I was paying about $260 for 3 months in Milwaukee County. That sounds like about normal inflation. So I can't really gripe on that level. But I also compared to 3 years ago in the Dallas area. Texas has one lake in the whole state that's natural. They don't have water like we have. And somehow my bill when I ran sprinklers throughout the week was $120 a month, what I'm paying now. So something's wrong there. I realize that I'm sort of crying to the wind. The commission, you're working on our behalf. I get that. I have no problem there. And the company needs to cover their costs. This is America. We earn our money for our bills, but something has to give. And I think longer term, we need to have the granularity that you were sort of talking about with quick reevaluations. If the village isn't doing that and applying and doing the proper paperwork, the state needs to force them. We need to keep this under control. and tight, because I mean, Lord knows the state is doing it at the schools and things like that. And that's one reason our property taxes went up so much, is the state squeezed the schools. I get it, what's going on, but the squeezing can only go so far. So I'm talking myself into a rant, so I'm going to stop now. But I think you got my feelings.
Yep. Appreciate that. All right, we'll take Eric for a follow up here, but then we'll be wrapping up. So let's.
Yeah, my
see.
comment was just that, and I know some of the increase that we just gotten an increase on this previous quarter from the quarter before. Mine was to the tune of about $90 increase from the previous month or previous quarter, and I think a lot of that was attributed to sewer, which I understand that you guys do not regulate sewer, just the water rate.
That's
so.
correct.
That's a little bit of the increase that we got this last quarter was not from water utility itself. So I understand that 2017 is a long time ago, particularly in economic standards from what happened from 17 to today.
Mhm.
So that makes sense to a certain degree. But I think if the sewer is increasing, but then also now the water portion is increasing to the tune of probably about $100 or more per quarter per resident by 2034, if I'm equating that properly. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like that's going to be a big increase for residents throughout the year on the water bill as a whole. And I know that there was talk at one time about the village possibly putting 100% of fire protection on residents instead of the village paying the 50%, I believe it is, which would then further increase that bill. So I think the general concern from myself and maybe from some of the others in the community would just be that the fear is that we don't know exactly how high these are going to go. And if we're buffering cash for future needs instead of current, I worry that we're strapping the backs of current residents to ease the backs of future residents, but that'll never go back down for us. We'll always be paying this higher rate, probably. So, again, my final comment on that is just that I want to make sure that as we balance out all of these factors, that this bill doesn't become insurmountable, particularly for our fixed income individuals, which the village has quite a few of, as well as families that just use a lot of water because they have a lot of kids, things like that. So that's it.
All right. Thanks very much. All right. So that's our comments, and let's just get back to the notice of hearing. I just wanted to make people aware again, remind everyone that if you didn't get a chance to comment for whatever reason, still an opportunity to file a written comment using the internet link. That's your best bet to get your comment in on time. You need to receive it by Friday. Otherwise, thank everyone for participating. We have a great record here to provide the decision maker, and we'll get that order out. You'll see it in your inbox or in the on the commission's website. I can mention, talking about inbox, you can actually subscribe to the docket using the link I'm showing here. If you do want to get a notice of when new documents get filed on IRF in this case, so that if you wanted to subscribe, you'll know when the final decision's out. Otherwise, looks like Patrick, you have your work cut out for you, but you have some pretty smart and on the ball customers to help you. So I appreciate hearing from everybody here. But so with that, anything else we need to address before we adjourn? Not hearing anything. So thanks very much. We're adjourned. Take care.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a good day.